Hey, what is up, fellow accountant, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Karabo and this is the Accounting Girl. And if you're a returning subscriber, it's always lovely to see that you're back because you are a regular subscriber. Welcome back, and in this video I'm going to be telling you all the tips and tricks on how to study and pass auditing. You guys have been asking me for this video for many months. Sana, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and finally I feel like I have a study technique that works for me and should work for you. Tip number one, make sure that you understand the concepts. I think the most important thing when it comes to auditing is to understand the concepts, because when you understand the concepts, then it's easier for you to apply them in the paper. And also when you understand the concepts, then you understand the foundation of the fact that each concept is linked to the next. Nothing moves in a singular form when it comes to auditing. And for you to be able to distinguish even the slightest difference, you need to understand the concepts. And when I say understand the concepts, you need to Google the concepts if you don't understand the concept. You need to use YouTube as well. It's what I use. I think I will put a link in the bio of the channels that I used in order to understand a lot of the concepts when it came to auditing. Tip number two. Do you see this baby right here? This baby right here? She's kind of important for your auditing career. So you need her. You might not understand everything that is in here, including myself, because they don't speak plain English in here. But the most important thing that you need to know is which section concepts belong to. They say this in the textbook and they say this in our study guides, where you must refer to for a concept, because on a later stage, you're going to need to refer back into this and know exactly where everything is, if you catch my drift. Number three. Now, this concept has to be the one that I ride or die for, the one that helped me through everything. Please make sure you do past papers. Please make sure you do the past papers, you guys. Oh my gosh. Because past papers are very NB, and you want to know why? When you do a past paper, it prepares you for the test. One thing about auditing that you need to know is that your paper is not going to ask you for definitions. It's not going to ask you name the different internal controls. What is a control environment? Give me what is the definition of a self-review threat, familiarity threat. It's not going to ask you for definitions. It's going to ask you for application questions. You need to apply. They're going to give you scenarios. I know with threats, they were giving us scenarios of the different types of threats that auditors can be in. They'll tell you that, oh, this person works at MTN and the people from MTN were giving him gifts. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to make sure that you do past papers, because past papers are going to give you the scenarios. You're not going to have answers, obviously, guys, when you do the past papers, but the point is for you to know what kind of questions to expect. So please do past papers and understand that in auditing, they're not going to ask you definitions, my dear. They're going to ask you scenarios. So going into semester 2, you need to go in with that mindset that when you study the textbook, study to understand the concepts, because when you understand the concepts, you're going to do the past papers. When you do the past papers, you're going to realize that you have to know how to apply scenarios. You take the concept, apply it to the scenario, you have your answer. Do you get what I'm saying? Otherwise, if you focus on the theory too much, you focus on the textbook too much, you're not going to be able to answer the questions, because all you're going to know how to do is define. You're not going to know how to apply things. You're not going to know how to apply yourself to the different scenarios. So please make sure that you do past papers. One thing about auditing is that even though it's a theory-based module, it is an application-based module, which is something a lot of students forget. Also, your work ethic matters. When it comes to auditing, which I made the silly mistake of, that making notes is a waste of your time. Making notes is a waste of your time. Copying and pasting notes in your textbook, from your textbook to your notebook, is a waste of time. What you need to be doing is summarizing everything. When you revise or you study your auditing, do not regurgitate everything, because remember, Auditing is not about whether you can define something, but it's about whether you understand the concept and whether you can apply the concepts. And that means that you are wasting your time if you're going to write everything from your textbook and your study guide and this and that word for word and regurgitate it. I wasted weeks of trying to finish up notes and trying to study, and when I was now studying for my test, I wasn't even referring back to those notes because there was no time for that, girl. There was no time to go back to those notes. Okay, so please make sure that you summarize the notes and you summarize them also into your own understanding. Obviously you need to know how to write some of the definitions, but honestly for me so far they haven't been asking us to define stuff, guys. I'm just gonna be honest. They haven't been asking us to define things, so yeah, well, you need to make sure that you stop that thing of writing notes because you're wasting your time. Write summaries that make sense. Simple. And also write these summaries after your lecture, guys. During your lecture, after your lecture, at the end of the day, because your mind is still fresh and you still have a fresh understanding of what is going on. One thing about auditing is that if you let it sit, you're going to forget. If you let it sit, you're going to forget. And my last tip for this video is try having a study partner. I have a study partner. I love her to bits. We always bounce ideas off of each other, and when we study together. When we're doing past papers, and we bounce ideas off of each other. If I feel like I'm confused about something, I'll ask her. If she feels like she's confused about something, she'll ask me, and that's essentially what we do. You know, I think that a lot of students like studying solo, but the nice thing about studying with a person is that she or he or they might be able to see something that you don't see. Do you get me? And the same for you. You might be able to see something that they don't see, and you guys bounce each other or bounce off of each other and also help each other revise. That is such a key element to actually doing well in auditing. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I'm also going to be following these steps, and I hope that you are successful in your attempt for auditing semester 2, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.